around my left hand, there was shining, a ring of white hazy flames. And in the middle of my heart, there was a little white spot.
What it was, I was searching for the truth in whatever way my truth was. I'd like to know the reality. What is of God? What is of man? What is not? What is of Lucifer? Put it there and leave it there. And then let it go. Psychologically, I have a psychiatrist who I dropped right away because he was more interested in my spirituality than helping me. And I said, but I need help with the spiritual side because I have visions and I have experiences and I need to discern which is real, which is not real, which I need to throw away, which I need to keep, and how to protect myself from things that I don't want to injure. Combining that which you can't see with that which you can see, the reality of the physical world with the reality of the non-physical world, because they both, in my mind, go hand in hand and live parallel to each other. Now, with me, they have never lived parallel with each other. They have always coexisted. I've never had an issue with that because even as a child, as 2 years old, I've always seen the spiritual and the spirits, and they've always come to me and played with me and all that stuff. You know, and even when the nuns told me that Catholic girls don't do that, I understood. They were just afraid and they didn't understand the true nature of what I was dealing with.
IBM, Rhodesian Ridgeback, Black Mouth Cur, Faux Ostrich Leather, Thunder, Sweet Carolina, Tapestry. May the 19th, 1780. The War for American Independence is in its 5th year. All the men are fighting. All the gardens and farms are ungardened and unfarmed. So much of the land is a hellscape. Bodies, fire, so on. There are raging wildfires across eastern Canada, leaving New England blanketed in smoke. The sun became as black as sackcloth of hair. The moon became as blood. It is written, He will come back, and the righteous will be delivered from sin for 1,000 years of earthly peace and happiness.
Well, you do the sign of the cross, of course, and you start with the Our Father, 3 Hail Marys. Then you do the Apostles' Creed. Then you say the, O my Jesus, O my soul, have mercy on me, deliver all souls from sin, especially those who are in most need of your mercy. And you say the 10 Hail Marys, and you say, Angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom God's love entrusted here, ever this day be at my side, to light, to guard, to rule and guide. Amen. You say an Our Father, and you say the St. Michael's Prayer, 10 Hail Marys. O my Jesus, O my soul, Our Father, St. Michael's Prayer, 10 Hail Marys.
IBM, Rhodesian Ridgeback, Blackmouth Cur, Faux Ostrich Leather, Thunder, Sweet Carolina, Tapestry.
precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace hath brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home.
I think it's important that you go from that apocalyptic feeling back to reality, and then back again. I mean, how far are you willing to go if you're not describing something? I'd like to try to find a way to make a film that leaves a mark on you. As a sort of sacrifice to this film, I'd like to achieve that feeling of a tortoise lying on its back.
This happened actually at the Pecos Monastery. And I brought my Bible, sat down next to a picnic bench, and I opened up the book of John, started reading, and this voice said, "Close the book." And I said, "No, I'm reading." I thought it was somebody behind me. It said, "Close the book." I looked around, there was nobody around. And I went, "I gotta finish this passage," and like a blaring trumpet, "Close the book!" So I did. And I looked over the stream. There were magpies and butterflies. Dragonflies, not butterflies. And they were floating and doing this beautiful dance. The dragonflies were avoiding the magpies. The magpies were trying to eat the dragonflies. And I got totally engrossed in that. I thought, this is beautiful. And next thing I know, I was not where I was. I was somewhere else. And this voice said, "Look up, look in the middle, and look down below. Up is God's world, the middle is man's world, the below is Lucifer's world, or hell, whichever terminology you want to do." He says, "Remember these, and also remember, you're not going to remember it all, but you remember it when it's time for you to share it." And then I came back. I was sitting at the picnic bench, and I thought, oh my God, something really bizarre happened. So I closed the Bible, ran to Abbot Andrew, and he said, "You just had a rapture." I said, "What is that?"